I beg your pardon. Is this the way to the platform?
Niet, no entry. Tishto, nie Swiss show what happened here.
My mind, no. What happened?
There was an attack. Dead bodies. Further niet.
Maybe we can work something out.
No way! There's an investigation in progress. Detective Zukov himself is supposed to visit here today.
What attack are you talking about?
The La Heights terrorists. They planted a bomb, dead bodies went flying all over the station. Further niet in your budget.
No arguing with authority.
I'm warning you, Polyak.
No arguing with... Hello?
What is it this time, and where are my things? Give me back my clothes already so I can get out of here. Unless you want to shove a thermometer up my ass again, let's have it then, 'cause I'm drowsy. And morphine. I'm in pain. Are you even a doctor?
You could say I'm a doctor of souls.
Like a priest?
Is there something you wish to confess?
You're no doctor. What the fuck do you want?
Well then, how are you feeling?
Sleepy. You're boring me.
Can you tell me anything about the attack? Do you remember what happened then?
I don't remember, and I won't say. Even if it costs me my life.
I'll leave you alone, for now. Excuse me. Could I interrupt you for a moment?
I'm with a patient. What do you want?
I'm investigating the attack, and I need to ask you a few questions.
What agency are you with?
Please, believe me when I say my intentions are good, and consider the fact that I'm a thaumaturge.
As a wizard, you should know at least one magic spell.
Lady, please, I'm begging you. I'll only take a moment of your time.
Yes, sir.
What do you think she was doing at the station?
I can surmise that she and her mother had either just arrived or were about to depart. Stefania Lipnitska. All I know is that she died in the attack.
How's the young patient doing?
She finally fell asleep and is a lot calmer now. But unfortunately, we couldn't save her eyesight. For a while after the operation, she would cry out for her mother and her teddy bear. The last thing she saw was her mother's death. What else would you like to know?
Maybe I'll return later.
What now? An enema?
I'll leave you alone. There's this one thing.
Stop bugging me, Polyak.
The overwhelming desire to prove yourself to your idol consumes you. You would do anything to impress him. Zhukov is an exceptional and shrewd investigator. How can you be sure that he hasn't arrived yet? Maybe he's standing in front of you right now.
I was told you were an exceptional detective. Please, have a look around.
Spasibo. Let's take a look around.
Detective, are you leaving? Can you at least give me some advice? I would like to be as effective and admired as you one day.
My advice will be wasted on you because you don't have that special something in you.
But how is that possible? What am I missing?
Talent.
But...
Good luck. And remember, I wasn't here.
Arik, you were supposed to lock the door.
Désolé, am I interrupting something?
You can yell at me later. Let's deal with him.
Maybe I could help you. I'm also looking for something, and I'm a thaumaturge.
Is that worse than a Jew?
The only thing we're looking for are traitors to the motherland.
I think we found one.
Can you feel it? It's the smell of mystery. Nothing can be kept secret from me. Good day, Mrs. Yagoda.
Have you worked up an appetite for a cookie?
I have a receipt for order number 149.
This must be Mr. Wisniewski's. Oh, what a delightful name that is. He orders eclairs every week for his wife. But last time, he didn't pick them up.
How about I deliver them? I need to talk to Mrs. Wisniewska.
You're a saint, child. They live nearby, just past the church. 1 Plebańska Street.
Am I a magician or what?
God, I didn't see you come in.
Excuse me, I didn't mean to startle you.
This is not the best time for a visit, Mr.
I know, please forgive me. I wanted to give you my sincerest condolences. I brought eclairs. Your husband wasn't able to pick up the order.
Thank you. Ignatsa. He remembered. As always. Are you from the patisserie?
Kmicic sent me.
I don't really understand.
Haven't you heard about Kmicic?
I only read about him in a book by Sienkiewicz. Who are you?
I'm a thaumaturge. I can help find the perpetrators of this tragedy.
Well, I would always share these eclairs with my husband. It would be a shame for them to go to waste. Ignatsa was very fond of thaumaturges. He met one during his time in the army, the Polish army. I'm not afraid to say it anymore.
Do you mind if I look around here a little?
Come in. I'll make tea. Have you learned anything? Is there anything else I can help you with?
His last thought remained where he had died. I managed to read it.
Tell me, please. I'm sure it was about putting Poland back on the map of Europe, right?
No. I don't know where the boat he'd been thinking of was, but he mentioned a summer afternoon by a peaceful lake and a wreath of marigolds.
God!
And she was there. Beautiful, magnificent, the only one.
Thank you.
Why was he still holding on to this four-cornered cap over 40 years after the uprising fell? One visit from the Ochrana and both of you would be doing time.
He kept it hidden. I brought it here yesterday. I also have his saber and 2 bayonets. Ignatsa never stopped fighting for Poland. He corresponded with Piłsudski. These plans have fallen through already.
Were both of you believers?
Ignatza more than me. After what happened, I don't know.
If it's not too painful, I'd like you to tell me some things about your husband.
Well, we met right after the fall of the January uprising. Ignatza was hiding on my parents' estate near Warsaw. He was supposed to escape to America, but he changed his mind. And now, well,
thank you. I'll let you be.
no, thank you.
What now? An enema?
Well then, how are you feeling?
Sleepy. You're boring me.
I know the station is your doing, Lehite.
I don't know what you're talking about. How about that morphine then?
I'll leave you alone, for now. I'm glad I caught you. I see you feeling better.
Well, it seems I'm a lucky guy. What is it?
Why won't you open up to me? After all, you want to send a message to the entire world. You want everyone to hear about you, to admire you. Do you know who Kmicic is? He's eager to write about you. In Polish, for a Polish underground newspaper. About the heroes of the self-proclaimed struggle against the occupiers.
What are you on about? Do you know Kmicic personally?
Yes, he can't wait.
Is that so? Well, I might be able to tell it to some people, and some people will give you our answer.
Where and when can we meet?
Calm down, magician. We'll reach out to you.
Over here, young master! For God's sake, young master, what is the meaning of this?
There's no reason to fear. I'm sure it's nothing.
I'd better sweep it up before the young miss sees it, and then I'll call a glassworker.
I won't tell her. This'll be our little secret.
Indeed, exactly.
The things people come up with. Please connect me with Fagin, the editor. Śródmieście, 3490. Yes, I'll hold. Thank you.
Hello?
It's me, WS.
Have you learned anything?
They reached out. We're supposed to meet in Powiśle near the market. They'll have a carriage waiting.
I'm on my way.
And I'll think about whether I should notify somebody else.
What's new?
The Lehites.
What about them? Have you found out what den they're staying in?
They seek a meeting, but on their own terms. They said they would send a coach for me to Powiśle.
A pathetic ploy. Don't worry, I'll be there. I'll keep an eye on you.
I'll be off now.
Too bad. Stay out of trouble, wizard.
Have you been waiting long?
I'm a journalist. I can be patient when I know I'll be rewarded for it.
I see that the carriage hasn't arrived yet.
I'm sure they're watching us. Patience. Tell me what you have for me before they get here.
I have information for you that may prove useful during the interview.
Let's start with how you convinced the Lehites to reach out.
It wasn't difficult. I tracked down the attacker. Christian Krull survived the explosion of his own bomb. He was lying in Praga hospital and is fanatically devoted to the cause.
Not bad. And the culprit was right under Zhukov's nose all this time. Is there anything else?
The target of the attack was Stefania Lipnicka. She ran a foundation on Nowogrodzka Street. The Lehites found out that Lipnicka was an informant. She'd handed over members of some Polish society from Vilnius to the authorities. The bomb was meant as revenge.
So, this was an attack on her. All other victims
were unlucky bystanders, yes.
Do you have any proof of Lipnicka's betrayal?
I saw a congratulatory letter and a Russian medal in her office.
In that case, I can't not write about it. You're doing fine. What else?
A veteran of the January uprising was also killed by this bomb. A Polish patriot dedicated to the cause, a Catholic.
That's not bad, but let's be honest, given his age, how long did he have left? Is that all? You're doing fine. What else?
I renewed my contact with the socialists.
Well, well. How often do you see Wanda?
They want to be as far away from the Lehites as possible, and even go so far as to treat them with hostility.
I like this dichotomy, a common goal and yet a moral challenge. I would very much like to hear the other side's version. You're doing fine. What else?
Izabela Lipnicka, Stefania's little daughter, is at Praga Hospital. She lost her eyesight due to the attack.
And you probably want to suggest that I not mention her in the article.
The little girl lost her eyesight and her mother, and now she'll be branded as a traitor's daughter. The child has nothing to do with this.
Wiktor Szulski, knight in shining armor. You won't be a very good journalist if you allow yourself to feel guilty. But have it your way.
This is everything I've been able to find.
Incredible. We must work together more often.
Does your conscience bother you sometimes because of the things you write?
Never, if what I write is the truth. A lot when I write to please the censors in the Courier.
What exactly do you intend to write about the Lehites?
I told you, the truth. I want to know if they're Polish patriots who made a mistake, or if they're Russian provocateurs who want to destroy the socialists. Or if they're just a bunch of lunatics.
I think that's for us.
Fine, let's not keep them waiting. Finally.
So, this is the famous Kimicic, the herald of the revolution. We have a lot in common.
That remains to be seen.
And this must be Mr. Szulski. Strange company for a socialist.
We didn't meet here to point out class differences.
You will be the first to bring the testimony of the Lehites to the Poles. You will be famous.
What did you want to achieve with this attack?
To sow fear in imperialistic hearts. To show what fate awaits those who betray Poland.
Is this about Stefania Lipnicka?
We want to use this interview to expose her lies, her betrayal. Let the people see her true face. She was no Pole, not a true one.
Lipnicka's faults are not commensurate with her punishment.
Tell that to those she sent to the scaffold. I regret that we could only kill her once, while she killed many. Lipnicka's daughter will be better off in the shelter. At least now she has a chance to grow into a patriot.
And what about Ignacy Wisniewski, a veteran of the January uprising? He also died in this attack.
Mr. Wisniewski would gladly give his life for the motherland.
You are nothing more than a bunch of murderers.
Your victims were all Poles. Doesn't that conflict with your postulations?
Please, don't twist our intentions.
What are the biggest differences between you and the socialists? Because a trusted source tells me that they have a decidedly negative view of your organization.
Socialism is our biggest difference, sir.
I wonder who it is.
What's going on here? This interview's over. The police?
No, we didn't come here to arrest you. This will be an execution.
I don't think you know who you're dealing with, miss.
But I know that they'll be fishing your body from the Vistula tomorrow. You'll serve as an example to others.
What took you so long?
You set us up, you son of a Ruski bitch!
grateful and all, but why didn't you bother telling me you intended to bring the socialists here?
There was no time in all this journalistic rush.
Can we speak outside? I can't stay long. The police and the military will be here soon.
What do you intend to do about those fanatics?
This particular Hydra needs to have only one of its heads cut off. The rest will either kill or betray each other, or hide in fear.
We'll see.
Miss Vonda, how about a brief comment for the press? The Polish press.
I promise to give you something to write about, Fagin.
Tell me, WS, in what words would you like to be described?
Superlatives alone, editor. As long as you don't write WS.
Who knows? Maybe it's the beginning of a beautiful friendship.
I don't think so.
You're talking nonsense!
By Abraham's beard, that's the way it... Did you hear about Praga? I'm at the harbor getting fish, and half the wharf is in splinters. They said there's even bodies.
More bodies than they usually fish out of the Vistula, practically every day. They were only just writing about Powiśle.
But listen to this. They're saying it's some giant did it all.
You sure?
Maybe I can help. Recently, I've taken an interest in one of those.
Leave us alone. Did you wander in here by mistake? You got some dirty laundry that needs cleaning, Mr. Szulski.
You were curious how my father died. Beneath the ruins of a building in Śródmieście.
That's awful. How did it happen?
I'm glad you're asking. A remarkable death, isn't it?
Yes.
Let's have a word about your conflict with my father.
There was no such thing. I have warm feelings for the store, and his father as well.
Why did you quit working for my father?
It was a mutual decision.
I know that you and my father parted ways in bad terms. What happened?
We both had difficult personalities, but I still remember him fondly.
You're not telling me everything.
I don't have to explain myself to you, Mr. Szulski.
I'm leaving now, but I can tell this won't be the last time we meet.
Farewell. Is there something else you need?
I was interested in this giant you mentioned to the fishmonger.
I can't help you. Rabbis are the ones who deal with golems.
I didn't say anything about Golem.
I'm afraid I can't help you. And now, if you'd like...
Let's talk about your relationship with my father. A tense relationship.
Mr. Szulski, I'll say it one more time. Stanisław and I didn't quarrel.
Liar. Your anger still lingers around the photograph of my father. You're going to find it hard to hide anything from me.
I'm not in the habit of speaking ill of the dead, Mr. Szulski. Especially to their family. Old grudges drove us apart. Not all stains are easy to remove, especially ones on a person's honor.
And might they give you a reason to seek revenge? A motive?
I can't summon golems, if that's what you're getting at.
But you know there is such a possibility.
Is that all? I need to get back to work.
I'm leaving now, but I can tell.
Hello.
You said a month, 2 at most. I believed you. Then came the very first rain, and it was pouring in again. You fixed it, then the next rain. Soaked. I can't sleep because I have to keep emptying buckets. It's leaking just as badly as it was before. But the eyes of God are in every place, and they're watching.
Rabbi, when I said 2 months, you said there was one hole in the ceiling, but the whole building is in shambles here.
I can do it.
Quiet. You can seal up your daddy's barn with straw. The roof is gonna get holes because the foundations are crumbling.
So, let's go down to the basement.
Oh no, definitely not there.
There are a few things we have to sort out soon, Rabbi Sofer.
You see, all I gotta do is mention these cellars and his name comes up.
Would Hashem let a synagogue be haunted?
Hey now, quiet.
You're too late, I'm afraid. My name is Feldman. Rabbi Sofer departed this world almost a year ago. Forgive me, I have worldly matters to attend to.
I can't leave without an answer.
The way of a fool is right in his own eyes.
Buck up. God helps those who help themselves.
But maybe you're right, Rabbi. Maybe Hashem is afflicting us, setting a test for us.
You heard the guy talking about Sofer. The old man cursed this place, especially these cellars.
So I'll go on my own, and show that Hashem protects me against curses in Hashem's domain.
On your own. You can seal up your daddy's barn, right? Fine, let's go.
You've gotten the better of me again, Hashem. Your tests still surprise me, but if this is your will, I think Hashem has sent you to me. Who are you?
I'm a Thaumaturge, Rabbi. And I really need help.
Let's go into my office. Let's show Hashem we accept the challenge. Please, tell me what problem brought you here.
Rabbi Sofer put a curse on my father. Unfortunately, it started affecting his children as well.
A curse is a serious accusation, you know. I find it hard to believe Sofer would do such a thing.
Maybe, Rabbi, you could tell me something about golems.
Son of Stanisław, golems are a matter of Kabbalah, and you are not allowed to study them. It's a trap for a soul. There are tales of golems being summoned for revenge, or in good faith, for protection. But they all end rather badly. And you claim that Sofer supposedly sent a golem?
I don't know. Did the old rabbi perhaps leave some things here? May I take a look at them?
Yes, here you are. All his books are here. I don't think I threw anything out. Is there anything else I can help you with?
Rabbi, could you tell me something about Sofer?
He was fair, but also difficult and very principled, like this city. Riots, provocations, pogroms, overpopulation. But if he's the one who inflicted the curse, he must have been a powerful thaumaturge and Kabbalist.
Who can summon a golem?
Normally, it's determined by need. The Kabbalist rabbi summons the golem himself, but other Jewish people can also entreat him to do so. In legends, the golem is a terrible punishment and a tool for meting out divine justice. But I think it's an offense against Hashem, and revenge is no justice.
How can I stop a golem?
To summon it to life, you write the 3 Hebrew letters spelling emes, truth, on the clay that formed it. In an attempt to stop the monster, the heroes of these legends would erase the first letter from its clay body. That leaves mes, which means death. But I don't know how much truth is in that.
Rabbi, could you help me understand something about Kabbalah?
No, and I'll say no more on the subject. I fear for your soul.
I'm afraid that I won't find anything more here. Thank you, Rabbi. Mordechai Hayat. What do you know? Rabbi?
I'm listening.
Mordechai Chayat. Do you know that name, Rabbi?
He owns one of the laundries here in Miruf, but I admit he doesn't really come to see me. Maybe there are other things I could be of more help with.
I found a prescription belonging to the old rabbi. Was something troubling him?
He had heart problems. The local pharmacist would even bring him some kind of special medicine.
What was that pharmacist called?
Abraham Horowitz. But now his pharmacy is sitting empty.
Let me guess. He's dead?
Unfortunately. Some say that the socialists were involved. Others claim it was the Ochrana's doing. Let's keep talking, if you need to.
I'll be off now.
I'll pray for you.
Mr. Szulski again. Have a new theory?
I know about the pharmacist.
Beg your pardon?
All this is because Abraham Horowitz, isn't it? He lost his life, and the whole community felt it. Seems like you did most of all. I just don't get why Horowitz was so important to you.
Community. Something you Szulskis don't know a thing about. Here, we take care of everyone equally. No one is more or less important than anyone else. Your father's punishment was fitting for his actions and his background. The wrath of the Jewish people. A death for a death.
Was it worth it? A golem is a blunt instrument that kills and harms everyone in reach.
What are you talking about?
You'll see for yourself, if you do something for me.
What do you want?
To get rid of the golem. Tell me something, anything, that will get me closer to a solution.
Instead of telling you, I'll show you.
Where? Into an alley, where some friend of yours will smack me around?
To the synagogue. Are you coming?
Yes. Let's go.
We'll stop to get Feldman. He should see this too.
So,
no wonder the roof is leaking if the foundation is crumbling. A lovely metaphor, Hashem. But what happened here had nothing to do with Hashem. Did it?
Mr. Szulski wished to know the origin of his curse. This is where it took its shape. If I'd... Now I see it differently, but back then, when I was talking to Sofer, revenge and justice seemed one and the same.
Revenge is no justice. It is always dictated by anger, and in anger, erring comes easily. But Sofer agreed to it.
He summoned the Golem. What else do you want to know?
this place won't tell me any more.
And what have you learned?
The hole you can't miss over there is the new door the Golem smashed when it was summoned to life.
And no one saw anything. How is that possible?
Is that your worry, Rabbi?
The clay formed a shell that Sofer infused with the salutor.
Sofer told me to bring clay. Sticky and cold. I can't say how many of those buckets there were. Hours sculpting the Colossus until my hands went numb. I could feel the clay absorbing my anger, as if my rage was making it take shape on its own.
Hours? That must have been horribly exhausting.
What's a few hours in exchange for a curse that lasts generations? These are the remains of some fabric that Sofer wrote something on, in Hebrew, I think. This might be some prayer, incantation, even a spell. There's not enough left to read anything. That's all, but I'm not any closer to a solution. I need someone like Sofer.
A thaumaturge and a Kabbalist?
Do you know one, Rabbi?
There's only one name that comes to mind, but...
Ariel Roffe. A good-for-nothing, vengeful, godless scoundrel.
Strong words from your lips.
Of course.
Do you know one another?
You could say that. I'll track him down.
There is just one thing I'd really like to know, Mr. Szulski. Standing where you are now, what do you think about your father's responsibility in all this?
My father deserved everything he got. He made a mistake, and mistakes come with a cost.
What was this mistake?
He let himself get caught.
Are you joking?
All right, I think it's time for us to go. This place just makes the blood boil. Let's get Mr. Szulski away from here. And stop by tomorrow. We'll have some tea and work through a few questions.
Mr. Szulski, I would like this to be our farewell. I tell you from my heart, anger and pride are poor advisors. I know that firsthand. But it's too late for me. You can still save yourself. I'll be thinking of you.
Shall we?
Let's get out of here. Quiet this time.
Bored? Then go ask that uniform what he's doing here. Or tell him to skidoo.
Hey, fancy pants! Fuck off!
Hang on, hang on. You lost, officer?
Hang on! That's the mama's boy of Śródmieście.
They dubbed me the son of Śródmieście, if I remember correctly.
Easy enough to check.
Hang on. That's enough.
You're the son of a bitch of Śródmieście.
I'm looking for Ariel Rofe.
All right, I don't know. Just tell him something.
Take a look at Różycki Bazaar. He has got this sorta Geschäft there.
Thanks. They're right to call this place the dungeon.
Where do you think you're going, pretty boy?
I'm looking for someone. They say he's got a business here.
Do the smart thing and hit the road. Go on, fuck off.
You talk just like the friend I'm looking for.
I'm asking you nicely, capisce? Beat it!
Am I wrong, or are you guarding a closed butcher's store? This is Ariel Rofe's Geschäft, right?
I'll check you the hell out in a minute, and we'll be done.
I'm looking for Ariel Rofe.
Then you can double fuck off, you fucking dunkopf!
You'll attract more attention with that shouting.
Buzz before I get my club. You're not gonna tell me how to do my job, you flibbit and raggedy sot. Beat it.
You know what? I think I've heard one fuck off too many.
Then get your kisser ready for a pounding.
Ogres, how come he's still standing here mouthing off at you?
It's me, Wiktor.
Szulski, I remember. Fuck off.
So, should I give him what for, boss?
Do what you want.
I'll be right back.
But Ogres, maybe don't take on the son of Srudmiestya on your own, yeah?
I'll call you a priest if you want.
Leave him be.
I'm sorry.
Come on, Szulski. Let's get out of sight. But if anything starts shaking, I'll shoot you.
Don't stare. That way.
This whole butcher's shop is a cover, right?
None of your business. Got a problem? Take a seat. Got a problem?
Sit down. Tell me why you're bothering me, and how exactly did you find me?
I've got a certain problem, and I'd like to get rid of it quickly.
Is it made of clay and weighs 2 tons when it shows up? So you got sick of running back and forth across Kervich Bridge?
I'm not going to pretend I understand.
Golems aren't great at swimming, remember? Since it's following you, going across a bridge would force it to. Forget it. I can see why you can't deal with it on your own.
I need the knowledge of a Kabbalist. Your knowledge.
I think I have at least a few reasons to say no, don't I? The main one is the death of my business partner and best friend.
I didn't know a golem was after me.
You shouldn't have shown up at the dungeon that day at all.
You shouldn't have taken that job. I don't have time, Ariel. We both know that only you can help me. You can keep tormenting me, but are you going to tell me something or not?
I can torment you and tell you. A golem is a salutor like any other, but housed in a physical form. Why do you attract it and bind it in the same way? The difference being that it's following blood first and the flaw second. But first, you have to deprive the golem of its physical body, the shell in which the salutor is housed. You also need to know where the ritual was conducted, because that's the only place you can do it. Good luck.
How can I get rid of that clay shell it has?
You can't. For that, you need a Kabbalist. Moi. I know the incantation for the Berur ritual.
What?
Instructions for reversing the evil eye, cleansing body and soul, and hiding from the unwanted, but why should I explain them to you?
I'm guessing this will cost me something. Money? A favor? Further humiliation?
We'll see.
So, apart from my family's blood, the golem is attracted to my initial flaw, right?
Initial? So how many have you got?
I've got plenty. I have a really handsome number of salutors.
You're lying. You'd have lost your mind.
If you say so. I know the place the golem was summoned. The basement of Nozick Synagogue.
So, Sofer managed to do it?
Thank you. So we're going into the basement of a synagogue, where you'll use Kabbalah to strip the golem of its physical form, right? Then I'll bind it and free myself from its curse?
Not quite. The golem is mine.
What do you need the golem for?
None of your business.
You want revenge. That's very sentimental if you think about it.
Another word, and you'll be looking for a new Kabbalist.
Over my dead body.
Very possibly. But as you said, you've got a lot of salutors. This one won't make a difference to you. And you'll never hear me say, fuck off, again.
And what about my flaw? If I lose my initial flaw, I'll lose contact with my initial salutor, right?
Could be yes, could be no. I don't know. Want to find out?
No.
Unless you've got a long line of relatives with flaws.
I've got a sister, twin, but I don't know if Nigia carries a flaw.
You'd better find out if you want to get rid of the golem. Then go back to your sister and find out if she carries a flaw.
All right, I'll bring her here. Maybe she'll be better off without the flaw.
I'm not here to heal your conscience. You're one cold son of a bitch.
Let's wrap this up. We've got a deal.
Ah. A toast? A very successful batch. We haven't shipped everything out yet.
This won't make me go blind, will it?
The risk is part of the fun.
I'll risk it.
Ready.
Let's get this over with.
Godspeed. Find that flaw of Ligia's.
Not now, Wiktor. I don't have time.
We have to talk about the Golem. I know how to stop it now.
You know what to do? Tell me.
Do you trust me, sister?
I'm not sure. I don't know.
That usually means no.
You've been gone a long time. And now I think we're not really able to see eye to eye. To be honest, I think it's that, I don't know you anymore.
I don't have time to talk about this now.
You're the one who asked.
I'm sorry. The last thing I'd want is to hurt you.
I know. I hadn't meant for it to come out that way. It's just that I grew up very close to this store through Papa, and it's what I have left of him. And I don't want to destroy it. I want to build it up, but you...
I'm sorry.
Me too. I trust you. And I'm glad that you're here with me, even if it's not always easy.
Do you know what a flaw is?
Kind of, but Papa didn't tell me too much about his abilities.
A flaw is a hidden stamp that sometimes defines our behavior or even our lives. It's formed in the subconscious and centers around the things that matter most to us. It might be the memory of something tragic or shocking from the past, or something that takes us over completely, obsessively. If you were to tell me the one thing in your life that matters most, what would it be?
Where's this coming from? My family. And you, too, of course.
Now, seriously this time.
All right, I'm sorry. I'm putting you second. Work comes first. I want to work. Hard and honestly. And I want to be respected for it, not have fingers pointed at me. And so it will be.
I don't doubt you've got that certain something inside you. I will. And thank you for opening up to me. And good luck.
Thank you.
I meant the people who stand in your way.
Thank you.
I think I already know what I wanted.
All right.
I need you. We must end it. Together.
You sound serious. What's going on?
Today, the curse placed on Father will lose its power. But we have to get going.
Hang on, hothead. Will you tell me something else?
Ariel Roffa is already waiting for us. He's the one leading this whole thing.
Do I know him?
I sincerely hope not. He's not a suitable companion for you.
Oh, now I'm dying of curiosity.
There's no time.
How exciting. I feel 10 years old again.
Darling sister, here in person. You clearly are of the same blood. We have nearly everything ready, I see.
I don't think we've met. Wiktor Szulski.
Ariel Roffer. The pleasure is mine.
Mr. Roffer, this is everything I've been able to find. The candles are placed where you commanded.
Fine.
Oh, good evening, Mr. Szulski. And you must be dear Wiktor Szulski. My regards.
The mademoiselle looks pale. Do you feel all right, my lady?
Yes, sure.
Victor, I need a pound of flesh, and it's up to you whose body it comes from.
Wiktor, what's going on? What's he talking about?
To lure the Golem, we need your mature flaw.
Am I the bait?
I could have phrased it better. The point is that only you, with your flaw, can lure the Golem here.
Will I lose my flaw in the process?
Well, that's linked with aspirations, chasing something. Ambition, even to an excessive degree. And yes, you will lose it.
A lot about this scares me.
Ligia, if you can't make up your mind, then realize that the Golem won't leave us alone. If not for me, then do it for Father's legacy that you love so much. Otherwise, everything will fall apart.
I will let nothing be taken from me.
Agreed.
Why the long faces? Cheer up. Everything's ready, I see.
How do you get rid of the Golem's physical form?
There's an old ritual. It's called the Beller. It's a sifting ritual. The incantation allows us to sift out the demonic part from the rest of the creature. It also helps with cases of possession.
Good to know.
By the way, your father must have really gotten under Sophie's skin.
My father had that effect on people. This ritual, are you sure it's safe?
Just trust me, as I trust you'll keep your word. I won't touch a hair on your sister's head.
I'm here, Mr. Roffer.
And aren't you a sight for sore eyes?
Let's begin.
Szulski's to work. Your torment will soon be over.
Won't it come?
Patience. faith, Feldman. More faith. Yit Kadash Shimiraba. You're not going anywhere.
No, I don't want to. Wiktor!
Damn Szulskis!
Don't treat her like that.
I wouldn't have to if she weren't trying to steal my payment. This is your fault. You were supposed to take care of everything. Quit fooling around. Let's get this business started.
Sorry, friend. Not this time.
You bastard!
so threatening now, are you?
Even Ganafs have more honor.
What are you going to do? Cry?
Fuck off!
Enough! Stop! Both of you! Not here!
You're lucky, Szulski.
That's enough, Mr. Rofa.
You'll be looking over your shoulder for the rest of your life!
Let's get your sister to a safe place. I'll call a carriage.
I don't feel anything. What happened to me, Wiktor?
You no longer carry the floor. It won't weigh you down anymore. You should be grateful. Now you're your true self.
It should be my decision. That's not the point. The last thing I remember is that bandit not wanting to let me go while you stood alongside, and then darkness. I feel like I'm losing my mind, do you understand? How would you feel? Would you sacrifice yourself like that for me?
It could have been me. Rafa suggested it. But my flaw, pride, stopped me from agreeing.
How convenient. You're like father. You think you know what's best for others, and you just walk all over them. Leave me alone. I'm sorry you came back.